So Cleveland's over and we're now in Houston, or Houston, however you say it, before flying back to New Zealand. I thought it'd be a good idea to reflect a little bit on what we've learned at Content Marketing World. So although marketers are doing video, every single marketer we spoke to are doing video of some sort, they're not doing as much as we expected. There's a lot of pain around what feels like the complexity of video. But I think all of this stuff can be solved with agencies and freelancers and producers who can help these brands by being their trusted advisor to help them become really good with content. There was also a lot of talk about ramping up, getting much bigger, much faster, unlocking the ability to just do video more consistently, and again, just a lot of unknowns for these people around how to do it, what systems to put in place. Should they invest heavily in full production in-house? Should they outsource? You know, where should it all live? How do they do episodical? The organizers seem to think that there was a new paradigm in marketing coming and that somebody in the room was going to discover the next thing. But I think really the next thing is just endless, multi-layered threads which are episodical content that you're putting out daily, hourly, all these things, so that you are just everywhere as a brand. Do you guys need to get by? So I think the interesting thing overall for marketers is to go, you got to embrace technology, you have to embrace experimentation, iteration. You got to not be fearful of falling on your face. You just need to put some stuff out there and just see what happens. And then start thinking strategically about mass content, about lots of video. We were talking to Lowe's, a company who's doing multiple TV shows now about home renovations, which ties really well into all their products. So the other thing to be absolutely key about is that throughout so many conversations I was having with marketers is that the concept of content marketing with video not being around entertainment and education was quite amazing. It's kind of understood that in blogging, you know, you don't blog about yourself, but in video people are still obsessed with doing product videos and how-tos and culture videos and everything. So it's really just make videos about the greater world that your product or service lives within. For those of you who are interested, I'm just going to explain how somebody from New Zealand comes to a conference in America, which only goes for about, I don't know, a day and a half or so, and what the travel has to be. So if I'm looking a little bit tired, hopefully this explains what Kiwis do to do business in America. Okay, what you're seeing here is the schedule. So I've done American time, so this is essentially 16 hours behind New Zealand. So I actually left on Monday in New Zealand, but for the purposes of this I'll do it on American time. So Sunday is when the trip began, American Sunday, and American Friday is when the trip's over. But in New Zealand I left on Monday and I'll arrive on Saturday. So here, so we've got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So almost a whole week. And in that time period, this is the amount of time we spend at the conference. So Wednesday and most of Thursday. These little black line, these little black squares here, this long one, this short one, these are flights. So Wellington to Auckland, Auckland to San Francisco, layover, San Francisco to Chicago, Chicago to Cleveland, and then you're in town, and then you fly from Cleveland to Houston, and then from Houston to Auckland, and then Auckland to Wellington over this time period. And now these taller ones are when you've had a sleep. And this is where it gets a bit crazy. So you have a couple of hours on the big 12-hour flight, and then on the first night you have a couple of small sleeps over. No, you have a sleep on the little flight to Chicago, and then you have a couple of small sleeps on the first night because jet lag means the timing's all effed up. Then on the next night you're still timing's wrong, so you have another small sleep of just maybe 4 hours, and then you're flying again, and then you are having a little sleep on the 12-hour flight, and then you arrive back. Now this is what a normal sleep pattern looks like, you know, 7 or 8 hours a night, like this. And this is the sleep that's happened here. So, you know, you've slept the night before, a little bit on the flight, tiny bit here, 2 tiny bits here, a tiny bit here, tiny bit here, and that's it. And then you're back in New Zealand. So this is how long it takes a Kiwi to go to a conference in America that only goes for a day and a half.